We'll just do a little quick trade.
That's what I'm.
Let's trade up.
That's actually like which one?
It's like Pogs. Slammer. Like, let me slammer these and see where they land. It's like if that falls off the table, I get it.
All right, guys, welcome back to Ask Huckberry. It is the new year, our first Ask Huckberry of the new year. You have a good holiday break?
I had a wonderful holiday break. How about you?
It was good. It was good. Time to dive back in. Who's been your favorite partner that we've worked with this year? When you think about what you designed for and who we put the products on.
I think that goes without question, right? I think most of these guys out there probably know without question who it is. It's Dean Petty.
Great answer. Coincidentally, Dean Petty is here at Huckberry. Yeah, Dean Petty, welcome to the Huckberry Gear Lab.
Hello, gentlemen.
He's real.
Just a normal guy.
Crew behind it. Welcome.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I'm like, it's exciting. Yeah.
First time in Austin, first time to Huckberry HQ, first time in the Gear Lab.
Yeah. It's kind of been on the list, Austin, just as a place to see. And yeah, obviously meeting everyone here was kind of like, meant to be.
Teed up a little bit about what the idea is, but we have not shared any of the questions that we are going to answer. So this is the Gear Lab hot seat, Ask Huckberry. This comes off of the back of our incredible Kemp Bueno feature with you, Huckberry Homes, one of the highlights of 2024. First question, we're gonna dive right in. How do you decide which home project to tackle next? And then what is the next project for Kemp Bueno?
I think with every little project, I kind of like, will visualize it in some capacity, what it's gonna look like, then I'll fall asleep thinking about it a lot and like how it's gonna go together, and you're kind of like building a little game plan. The next project is this really cool little metal planter.
What are you gonna plant in it?
I haven't gone that far.
Okay.
I mean, it's a step-by-step process.
I'm sure part of that too is once you complete something, then you all of a sudden see a new opportunity. It's a property like that, you can put a laundry list of 100 things to do.
It's there. I think the key is like not like looking too far out because it's daunting. But if you just say like, hey, I'm gonna just tackle this one little bit of this massive list, then you can digest it and like actually kind of visualize how it's gonna go. So.
I bet you do the same thing.
Absolutely. Same with like sewing too. Like when I'm making something new, it's same deal, like literally fall asleep kind of thing. All right, this piece first, this goes here. I've built it in my mind 20 times before I ever, start working on it.
And you'll have this like aha moment.
Yeah.
I fall asleep and like, what hat am I gonna wear tomorrow?
Hey, you're building it before
You'll get there, dude.
So lots of people are asking, what's your favorite piece of workwear that you rely on while you're building?
It's definitely the wax.
Well, that was the follow-up. Is people want to know, did you bring the wax rancher jacket?
Yeah. It is kind of the piece. I think it has like the right weight where it's like armor. Yeah. Stinks. But when you're working in something, it's, I don't know, you put that thing on, it's got the weight on it, and you're like.
Yeah, and what I love is that you've like actually used it and worked on it, and I think a lot of people kind of forget that about workwear is it should be an armor, right? You're not babying it, you're building in it, you're welding it, you're doing all sorts of cool stuff in it, and that's how you kind of earn that patina that you have on that thing. You can't buy that, you got to earn it. You look back, there's all these kind of memories that takes a life of its own.
I know, I could just leave the room. You two could just keep talking about workwear. It could be the whole episode. Sticking to the theme of interest in Nova Scotia and where you live, how do you survive the cold winter surfing in Nova Scotia?
Well, I mean, it's like a product thing at this point. I mean, I remember growing up in Maine, we had like these archaic, terrible fitting wetsuit. It would like basically like eat your body alive. And now we have like this crazy, amazing technology. We've come so far, and to be able to like stay out longer, put yourself deeper into a situation. But also there's just like the dumb grit of Northeast. You just buckle down and like duck dive, and your brain is like melting, and you're like, why am I here? That sounds dramatic, but it's fucking cold.
How cold is it? Like water temperature, air temperature, like peak winter,
Well,
then what is your wetsuit recommendation?
So dead of winter, which is like actually deeper, almost closer to spring temperature-wise, just the way golf is and everything. The water's coldest more like in almost March.
Right.
6 mil, I wear a 5'4" full hooded suit. It's like an Adelio suit, and then 7 mil gloves, the thickest boots you can find. I wear like a 7 just because the 8 is like
Really fucking
very thick.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had sessions where it was like slush. One of the coolest sessions I ever had was like this backwater that's kind of brackish. It froze, and then the wind like blew all this slush into this corner of a headland, and it was like me and a few guys, and it was like really windy, but the slush made it like calm.
Calmer.
It was like surfing in a frozen margarita, and that's a dream of everyone's, I think.
Can you give us any tips for beginner carpenters, woodworkers, how you kind of got into it, how to get started?
I think it's like be gentle with yourself. It's probably the biggest tip I could give anyone. You can't be really good at something without sucking at it first. And I think that's the main thing. Know you're gonna suck at it, because you will, and you're gonna make a ton of mistakes, but respect the process of like each phase, you're gonna gather little bits and pieces of what then can become a craft, and you'll get better, and things will take less time.
Totally. If there were 3 tools to start your gear garage, what would they be?
I mean, a good tape.
Good tape.
Obviously, tapes. And like, don't get like a dinky one. Get a nice tape. I like an impact driver and like a circular saw. Pretty much those things.
Do a lot of shit with that.
Yeah, maybe get yourself a square.
Yeah.
That's a nice little hacky one. That'd be 4 things. But I think the square is like a mellow investment. A framing square, it's like that thing will help you. Because that way at least you are cutting something square. Right. Which it turns out is quite important.
You're surfed out, fire's blazing, up in the barn. Your friends break out a guitar. This is a question from a customer.
Really?
What song are you belting out?
Wow. All right. Well, I mean, fact about me, like that's my biggest, like,
Really?
I don't love karaoke. I don't know. You want to know what the first? I'm just going to be, again, talk about slamming. Backstreet Boys, You Are My Fire.
Yes.
Not what I was expecting.
I feel like it's just kind of like.
I can see that though. I can see you on that little chair in front of the window.
I'm not cool, dude. It's like
my fire.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's a thing.
Nick, what's yours?
Oh yeah, what's yours?
Mine?
It's gonna be cool. Damn it.
I love old country, so it's probably gonna be like Townes Van Zandt, something like that.
This is a hard one. There's so many. When I was a kid, I can't believe I've never admitted this. Not that it's bad.
Safe space, dude.
Safe space. My parents would have their little like dinner parties at our house. And I would put on Oasis Wonderwall, and I would sing, I would perform, and I thought I was good.
A fantastic call.
I would make them like pause dinner, and I would stand in front of the dining room table, not on, and I would sing Wonderwall Oasis.
That's a huge.
Maybe that's mine. Oasis Wonderwall.
Don't come to our concert. That's the long and the short of this segment.
We'll stay on this theme of dream bucket list. If you could have dinner with one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh my God. You could go so many places with that.
Yeah.
One of the members from the Backstreet Boys. It's how they wrote the song. I'm sorry.
That would be
sorry.
a great
I'm sorry.
That would be a great dinner.
I'm sorry.
They wrote the
song. Which they probably didn't write. Yeah. I keep that pure. Yeah. They were all like just in a cabin, writing that track together. Right. Definitely the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
So, Nick, what Flint Tinder product next year are you most excited for Dean to wear?
I think coming out shortly that I think I would be excited for him to wear. I think he would be excited to wear too, is we have a sick little real tree capsule coming out.
So that's a good thing for the program.
Yeah, so starting off, we have our fleece hoodie in real tree. Also got the short and long sleeve t-shirts coming out as well. Then as we get a little bit deeper into spring, we have some really sick real tree carpenter shorts coming out.
Yeah,
perfect for building. Yeah.
This will fit well into the programming.
Get you the whole kit, you know?
Yeah. I'm in the woods.
Yeah.
Drop in the spring, so stay tuned. This will not be too far off from when you watch this and when it's available.
I've been waiting for this one. So people want to know what your dream surf location is.
Bucket list, someplace you haven't been.
Bucket list? Okay.
Bucket list, yeah.
I mean, now you got to go really far. Just because of, surfing's awesome. Yeah, of course it's going to get more popular. People are going to surf. Yeah. Surfing's fun. I think for me, somewhere I haven't been, it's like either Ireland or Scotland or Alaska even. Like, oh, shit. I think at this point, going cold. Yeah. And also with surfing, it's like, can be such a disappointment. Yeah. Because you could travel all these places and then you're just sitting in like a...
no waves.
Finding things where there's maybe a bit more culture surrounding the surf. Not a cool like surf answer, but my truth.
Have you been to Iceland?
No, maybe that's it. That would be on the list too.
Another question. This came up in a few different forms. What challenge or like failure in retrospect? Why can't I say retrospect?
It's okay. It's a tricky word.
Like fat
Be gentle
tongue.
with yourself. You're not going to get everything right the first time.
Yeah, there we go. See, I'm learning from
Be
this.
the thing.
Yeah. Don't cut this. Don't edit this. I can't say retrospect.
I don't even want to try.
What challenge or failure in retrospect? There, I got it. See?
That was
Just
good.
keep going.
Nailed
Couple
it.
more tries.
Say it again.
Brought about the most change. Retrospect.
Man, I've had a lot of slams. I think honestly, part of it was like I was a beer rep, and it was like just not my cup of tea, but I really like did it. But I just like kept going, and I never actually succeeded. But it taught me a lot about just, you know, maybe not liking something, but still putting like 100% at it.
Was that your first job up in Nova Scotia?
Yeah, I was a keg delivery guy for the company, and then my boss got hurt at a golf tournament, and then I kind of like, go figure. And then that's never happened before to anything, but
Dangerous sport.
it was great though. It was like the universe was like, we're ready. I had no training. I was delivering the kegs to all the accounts, so I kind of knew all the people, and then I was like a sales manager. I learned a lot in that job.
How'd you get into the coffee business?
That was kind of like after beer rep Phil, and my surfing career was, you know, having as much of a thing as it was gonna have. And I was like, shit, I gotta try this.
Right.
So I left and I went to California, and I actually like, I think week 1, did my MCL. Like instantly universe was like, see ya. Nice, dude. Yeah, not meant for you.
Yeah.
And so that was a real bummer, but also a humongous blessing. But then bought the Volvo, drove back up, and then my now ex-business partner was like just clicking into this roastery, and he's like, you're back, we need a sales guy. And I'm like, I'm not good at it, but I'm your guy.
I can sell beer, I can sell coffee.
You can dodge a ball, you can dodge a wrench. It was like that.
Yeah.
I jumped into it like full tilt. And I think a lot of how Anchored's grown and built has been around just, we're not talking about it, it's just like, try the coffee.
Right. Right.
All the work that we do at Anchored is just in the bag of coffee. It's gone through some like big tumbles and fumbles, and I think of just staying the path of like, trust it, and you put yourself really wholeheartedly into it, like it will follow.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be small and awkward and weird for a really long time. That's a good way, slow growth.
Slow and steady. A question that Nick and I always ask ourselves every episode. I'm gonna ask you, what's your latest Huckberry purchase or favorite recent Huckberry purchase?
Honestly, it's been the jeans.
Why does it have the little red and white thing?
Well, how nerdy do you want to get?
35%.
Levi's marketing thing back in the day, old Levi's was so great at marketing, from the red tab to the stitching on the back pocket, and that was another thing. Signified that they were making the highest quality denim was that red line through it. Across every salvage denim, it just kind of common
get it.
mistakes now.
I usually put a little cuff, and it's like, it's a little like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. No, Nick crushed it with those pants.
yeah,
They're
they're
so
great.
good.
Nice job.
Thanks, bro.
What's yours?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that Real Tree hoodie to come out, to be honest with you. I might have snagged a sample early,
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say,
Well, dude, this is like insider
seen him wearing
trading. It's
the
like, we
sample.
all are excited for the real thing.
Yeah.
That will be my next Huckberry purchase.
That's a good one. The next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
Oh, you know what I just bought, actually? 365 rough out belt. Flint and
Oh,
Hook.
yeah.
Need
It's
a
a
new
good
belt.
one.
Yeah.
Made in USA.
Maybe put a little belt buckle on it. And I bought the Foster book, Home is Where You Park It.
Yep.
That's going to be my primary coffee table real estate for 2025. Putting you on the hot seat for real this time.
Ooh.
Again,
Yeah.
Huckberry Homes,
Yeah.
Camp Bueno, the most popular episode of 2024.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Obviously, with that many views, got a lot of comments. We pulled a few of what we thought are some of the best commentary.
God.
Like overall, I mean, not that you were deep diving into all the comments. Incredibly well received.
human, dude. I
Inspiring.
looked.
I know.
Look. You're gonna look.
I got
dude.
names.
Like,
I got
like,
names. I'm gonna surprise you, and
all right.
would love you to read.
I read them.
You're gonna read them.
The difference between this and other really nice homes is simply that he played a huge part in actually building it. Celebs just pay for things. He used everything he knows to put this together. Story about his parents is sweet too. My dad built our house. you know, I got that modeled to me, and I think being a part of it was important to like not only just learn a lot through it, but to maybe just not feel like I did just pay for it. I recognize a Pusser's rum mug. Say that 10 times fast. A mile away, great looking house, brother. In the Northeast anyway, like sailing, and those Pusser's rum mugs would come, I believe, in like with the bottle or something. It's just this iconic kind of enamel, really nautical thing that I think that if you sailed, or if you maybe had an uncle who was an alcoholic, not throwing shade, but it's like those mugs were around. Yeah. His 50 Shades of Grey book looked just casually there, LOL. Yeah, that one was a little like, I was like, yeah, that's okay. I was traveling in Mexico. I didn't bring a book. It was classically next to the pool there, and curiosity kills the cat.
And you read it?
I haven't finished it. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All I'm saying is it made its way back.
It did. Yeah, I know.
I didn't stay at that pool.
By the pool in Mexico.
Brought that over.
Have you started it, dude? It would come back with you too, pal. I fall asleep excited to make my first cup of coffee. Dean Petty. I want to be Dean when I grow up. Wow, it's flattering. I think the coffee for me probably is just like, it's part of what I've worked really hard for. Yeah. It's more than a cup of coffee. Right. It's gotten to a place that I am really excited about it. Yeah. And I really am proud of it. And it's like, I'm drinking the scraps, but it's like my scrap. You know, it's like this part of this thing that I've put a lot of energy into, and coffee, you know, is that, you know, that feeling in the morning that really, for me, it just keeps me going.
Yeah. Yeah.
So drink your coffee.
Drink your coffee.
Bro, how much to live out of the crab shack? I don't know. I'm so like, again, I think at this point, there was a time when I'd be like, $100, dude? A year. Does that feel like 75? You know, like there was definitely a point when I would have probably just said something like that. And now I think having my space, you know, like quiet is like priceless maybe at this point in some, not that I'm not, you know, sharing it feels really good, and I want that to be a part of it, but no, sorry, bro. Does anyone know what the book is called that he has open and reads daily? Yeah, it's the Rumi Daily Readings. That's probably been, you know, one of the more important little things in my life, and I think the practice of it too just has really beautiful glimpses of some like, whoa, it's a really important way to think about something.
Yep. I think we got a lot of people that were buying that book after the episode. I did.
I think for sensitive people, it's a good book.
Really setting them up here.
Oh my God, dude, really? This is so gnarly. Okay. If my wife left me for this dude, I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be like, yeah, I get it. Don't do that. Just don't do that. You guys will be great.
Oh, yeah.
Is he related to Ben?
Let's go.
They have similar body language and even
a lot of hands.
Serious.
Look at this person's doing their research. Both originally from Southern Maine.
Should we do a DNA test? Mom? What the hell? You never know, I guess, is the answer. Yeah, okay.
I take that as a great compliment. Sure. I'm of the vein, like, whatever makes you happy. Like, no judgment here.
No, absolutely. For me, I love pineapple on pizza.
I'm with you, dude. It's like, honestly, it's a sweet thing. You put a salty thing. It's like, there is a place. We do our Hawaiians like smoked ham and pineapple and feta, and it's...
Ooh, the feta.
Yeah.
The feta's a nice touch.
Don't put toppings in a corner. I just read it was my dad's favorite book. It's called Dove. This young guy who like circumnavigates the globe in a little sailboat, like a little shitty sailboat. It's a great book. Mm-hmm. Great book.
Dove?
Dove.
I want to read
that. That was the name of the boat, and it's really fun. Mm-hmm. Again, true story, and there's pictures.
Love pictures. I'm a big Ernest Hemingway fan, so I'd probably say Old Man in the Sea for me.
A lot of nautical.
I was going to say, Endurance is one of my favorite books of all time, so there's a very much Endurance. Oh, Shackleton.
Oh, Shackleton. Yeah.
You have a hat collection? Where do you?
I'm like a yard sale guy. Yeah. For sure. It's a thing.
Yeah.
And I think I have a theory that like I don't know if it was like head size was different. Like all these old hats, and some of my hats, my favorite hats, were like they were foam filled.
Yep.
Then the foam
Falls out.
yeah. And then that thing
The
is just
structure's
like
so good.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
You got it. That's I only shop eBay or vintage.
Yep.
Like
The
older
fit's
hats
good.
fit
the fit
big
is huge.
hats.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like my wife's like, why are you always buying on eBay? Like
I get a dome.
I got a dome. I got a dome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. One hat in particular has become very popular on the internet.
Yeah.
The lobster hat.
It's here.
Can you break it out? And then I have a little
Yeah.
surprise for you. Not that I'm competitive, but I did.
It doesn't feel like that. I'm not getting any sort of competition vibe.
But in Huckberry Homes, where we pan across your hat collection, I paused on that section,
Yeah.
went over to my wife and said, look, see, like there are other
got
people
it.
like me.
He's got it.
So
He's got
I want to do a little show and
been-
tell for you.
Yeah,
Not
let's
that
do
I'm
it.
competitive and
I
my
wanna see
collection's
'em.
better, but I want to get your feedback.
I'm not
Holy-
competitive.
I just want to show like one, maybe one
Just
hat,
brought 10
two.
more hats.
Maybe you can take one home.
Oh, this is a good one.
Maybe
See,
one-
this is what I'm talking about.
The collapse,
this would have
yeah.
had the,
The
like
foam.
this would have had the. You do have a big melon.
Yeah, big, big,
Oh
big.
my lord. That's no joke. That's a big head. Oh my god. Dude.
Right? Okay. Maine.
Taylor
lot of
rental.
Maine. Lot of Maine hats.
Oh sure, dude.
Okay. Well, shit.
When I
Yes,
need
sir.
it, I rent it. Remember Madden's? Oh man, look at that.
See?
Like, I could fit 4 of my heads in that hat.
Okay.
Do you remember? Should have bought it when I saw it
at Martin's.
Very classic,
The
man.
best.
Ooh.
Maine. I mean, that's just like Maine.
Yeah, this one's hanging on for dear life
Yep.
in there.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
That looks soggy. that's like
I think I ran in that yesterday.
Yeah.
Sorry.
that's that has a must to it that no one should bear.
Had to get this one.
What? Oh yeah.
Gentle Bends. Rockwood is.
It's every time I expect it to.
Like, you know it's gonna happen, all right? You're driving the point home.
Full hand. Extra. This is a nice
right,
piece.
that's a
right
good
here.
one.
Chuck. See again. Yeah. This one's maintaining. Yeah.
Pretty good maintaining. I don't wear that one as much.
No, that's a wall hanger.
Yeah. Wall hanger. You know this. This is probably my
dude.
favorite.
Yeah, Moody's is a big one.
And then this is the oldest.
Wow.
This one is falling apart. We did a piece, I don't know, like 8 or 9 years ago. What is in your go bag? This is one and an old LL Bean flannels.
Yeah,
the
it's
other.
like that and your
at this
rollerblades. They're both going with you. Quick, you're like,
Yeah.
get the blades. Where the hell are my rollerblades, babe? I'm ready.
Yeah. That's it. Well, and
Very
then
nice.
we moved to Texas, so we found an old
fried.
the Longhorn. It's now out of batteries because this thing's old as hell. but when I
to
put it
light
on,
up?
no, I pressed it and it played the Texas fight song.
They don't make
that.
them like they used to.
They don't make it like they used to. So, which trade do you want to make?
If I were to trade,
Yeah, if you were, we're not going to make you give up the lobster hat. Which one?
that's pretty sick. Then again, I do love rollerblading. These are probably the 2 best pogs on the table. This is a flashy slammer.
Yeah.
Pogs are so good.
I wasn't sensitive enough about the size of my head. This backfired big time. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me, dudes. Yeah, always,
Gonna be a fun week here in Austin.
yeah.
We'll be chronicling some of the adventures, so stay tuned.
I'm excited to see it all.
We got some special
Real
things
tree.
coming. Real tree.
Real tree.
Got some more adventures.
Yep.
As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for the questions. Continue to not only drop us questions, anything Huckberry wise, anything Dean wise, but we're gonna be doing some cool shit together. But obviously, we want to hear from you guys. What do you want to see us doing together? Where should we go? What should we do? So drop them in the comments. Dean, we're getting you back in the Gear Lab. We're gonna have to fly down to
great.
Austin more often. Maybe we do a
twist my arm.
Can we do a Gear Lab on location at Camp Bueno?
That's exactly
Yeah,
what I
let's
was
do it in
saying.
the barn.
Yes.
Let's go. We're going to Camp
Barn
Bueno.
lab.
Yeah.
What
am I like? I'm chop liver. These guys are like, yeah. I'm like, sounds good, guys. Should I leave for that shot?
Well, I'm still a little sensitive about my head size now. So Barn Lab
Great,
2025.
Barn Lab.
We'll see you out there.